Sasha Banks and Naomi spotted backstage. Montez Ford wants the WWE Championship. Logan Paul is the next WWE champion. Vince McMahon allegedly wanted former WWE champion's character to have a 3-foot penis. Bray Wyatt returning to WWE. The Rock's WWE return, WrestleMania 39. Let's jump right into our first story. Vince McMahon allegedly wanted former WWE champion's character to have a 3-foot penis. Dan Madigan, a former WWE writer, recently recalled how Vince McMahon suggested a bizarre idea for a movie scene involving legendary superstar Kane. Kane, real name Glenn Jacobs, portrayed Jacob Goodnight in See No Evil in 2006. At one point in the WWE-produced film, Kane's character held a woman hostage and forced her to watch as he tore a man's eyes out. Madigan, who wrote the script, stated on the Cheap Heat Productions podcast that McMahon originally wanted the hostage scene to feature a 3-foot penis. Vince wanted a scene where this girl's trapped upstairs and there's a makeshift cage, and the Jacob Goodnight character unzips his pants and a 3-foot penis comes out. I don't know why Vince thought it would be a good idea. He was adamant on having this scene. I don't know, did the penis talk? Did it detach? I don't know what he thought about it. According to Madigan, the movie's producers were too chicken st to say anything to McMahon about the outlandish idea. He eventually raised concerns himself because he did not think the scene made any sense. See No Evil advertisers would likely have refused to work with WWE if the movie featured a 3-foot penis scene. Dan Madigan added that Vince McMahon was determined to add the peculiar moment to the film. However, due to potential backlash from advertisers, the former WWE chairman reluctantly agreed to leave it out. When Vince is adamant about something, it's like it's etched in stone, Madigan continued. No, 3-foot penis good. No, 3-foot penis bad. Back and forth. And finally when we realized we're not going to get any advertising, we're going to get maybe NC-17 rating. I think when he saw what could happen to the box office, that realization the story was unsuitable went off. McMahon retired last month amid allegations of sexual misconduct. Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon replaced the 76-year-old as WWE's co-CEOs, while Triple H is now in charge of creative. Do you think McMahon's idea should have been allowed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Sasha Banks and Naomi spotted backstage. WWE recluses Sasha Banks and Naomi were recently seen grabbing a photo with legendary women's wrestler Trish Stratus. Banks and Naomi have not been on WWE programming since May 16, 2022 after the pair walked out of the arena before the show went on air. This past weekend, both women attended the C2E2 convention in Chicago to meet fans. Following their appearance, Trish Stratus posted a photo with the two WWE stars on social media while at the convention. So fun catching up with it. Sasha Banks WWE and a Naomi WWE. Love you girls. Having been off television for almost 3 months, fans are hoping that Sasha and Naomi will make their WWE returns very soon. Last week, it was reported that the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions would be making their returns to the company very soon, following the news that Triple H had taken over Vince McMahon's role as head of creative. Despite this huge update, Dave Meltzer stated on Wrestling Observer Radio that their returns are not 100% done. If everything goes the way it's expected to go, they'll be back. I don't think that the deal was done. It's been reported the deal was done. When I asked people in the company, it was basically, yeah, that's what it looks like is going to happen. But it's not like it's 100% done or everything's etched in stone, but the expectation is that they'll both be back. WWE recently announced that they will finally begin a tournament tonight on Raw to crown the new Women's Tag Team Champion, heightening up Sasha and Naomi's returns even greater. Do you think Sasha Banks and Naomi will return to WWE? Let us know in the comments section below. Montez Ford wants the WWE Championship. Montez Ford posed with the WWE Championship at a recent live event, and a fan caught the moment on camera. Ford and partner Angelo Dawkins battled the Usos at the SummerSlam Premium Live event for the undisputed Tag Team Championships. Jeff Jarrett served as the special guest referee for the title match, and the Usos retained the tag titles. At a recent live event, a fan in the front row and had a great interaction with Montez Ford as he held the WWE Championship in his hand. The fan in the video told Montez that he will be the world champion one day. Let's speak it into existence, tweeted user at What's the Status. While some fans want to see the Street Profits remain a tag team, others have noticed the tremendous potential in Montez. His charisma is undeniable and he seems destined to be a breakout star on his own one day. However, some members of the WWE Universe claim that fans will turn their backs on Montez and boo him as they did to Liv Morgan on SmackDown. Other fans believe that Montez has the skills to be a future champion and that the belt looks good on the 32-year-old WWE superstar. One fan warned WWE not to rush his push as a single star and for the promotion to take their time. The Twitter user claimed that Montez has some work to do to get comfortable as a single star but believes he will become a champion one day. Do you want to see the Street Profits break up or remain a tag team? Do you believe that Montez Ford will become the WWE Champion one day? Let us know in the comments section below. Logan Paul is the next WWE Champion. WWE Hall of Famer X-Pac recently gave his thoughts on the potential of newly signed star Logan Paul. Paul signed a contract with WWE in June 2022, becoming a member of the company's stacked roster. Despite having only 2 matches, the social media star has shown that he can hold his own in the squared ring. Speaking to TMZ Sports, X-Pac stated that the 27-year-old could one day become a WWE champion. He's a natural, man. Huge future. A lot of people can be great athletes like him, but he has like an aptitude for this. His timing is really good. He grasps the psychology of a match. I got nothing but praise for that guy. He could be like WWE champion material at some point. Gotta call it like you see it. Logan recently impressed the WWE Universe after he went toe-to-toe with The Miz at SummerSlam, emerging victorious. While it's one thing to impress the fans, it takes a whole other level of skill to inspire the boss. Triple H recently appeared on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, where he complimented the young star for his passion towards WWE. For me, thank you for the passion, not everybody has it. Some people come in here differently and you have it, and thank you for having it, and I look forward to it. We're going to take WWE to places it's never been, and how we're going to partially do that is by working with people like you that can help us places that we haven't even thought of yet, for sure, and vice versa. Following his SummerSlam showdown, fans are eagerly anticipating Logan's return to the ring. How has Logan Paul fared in WWE so far? Give us your thoughts in the comments section below. Bray Wyatt returning to WWE. WWE fans have held high hopes for Bray Wyatt's big return, and there might be favorable reports for those curious for updates. Bray Wyatt was among the most surprising names on the long list of superstars released by the company in 2021. Despite several rumors of his potential in-ring return, Wyatt has not stepped inside the squared circle since leaving WWE. The latest reports in Zero News stated a big update on his return. There is reportedly a belief backstage that Bray is back in WWE. However, as of this writing, there are no concrete reports on the time frame of his return. Wyatt recently changed his name to Wyatt6 on Twitter and has reportedly filed for new trademarks under that label. The source mentioned above asserted that they were right about Karrion Kross' surprise return on SmackDown and T-Bar potentially being repackaged. Additionally, Zero News has reported on a potential triple threat match at Clash at the Castle next month with plans to move the WWE Championship back to Raw. The Fiend recently took to Twitter to share a lengthy post about his love for wrestling. In his post, he wrote that wrestling is not a love story but a fairy tale for masochists. He went on to say that budget cuts happen, but that's part of the business. Wyatt then stressed the importance of hope in a world that doesn't often see closure. Wyatt teasingly also dropped a huge hint aimed at EW with the line "Where honor makes you elite," potentially referring to the now merged Ring of Honor and All Elite Wrestling. But it can also be a land where dead men walk, where honor makes you elite, where demons run for office, and rock bottom is a reason to rejoice. It's an escape, a reason to point the blame at anyone but yourself for 2-3 hours, an excuse to be a kid again, and nothing matters except the moment we are in. Wrestling is not a love story, it's much more. It's hope, said Wyatt. Fans have expressed their desire to see him back in WWE ever since Triple H started bringing back previously released talent. The recent reports coupled with the previously discussed post could be a major indication of a potential surprise. Would you like to see Bray Wyatt back in WWE? Let us know in the comments section below. The Rock's WWE return WrestleMania 39. Dave Meltzer reports that WWE's current plan is to have Roman Reigns take on the returning Rock at WrestleMania 39. Rumors of a dream match between the Samoan cousins have been circulating online for many years now. Now it seems like WWE wants the Clash to headline next year's mega show at the SoFi Stadium in California. While WWE wants Dwayne Johnson to return for the money match, there is no guarantee that the Hollywood star will be available for the show in April. During this week's Wrestling Observer Radio, it was noted that as there is still some time left for WrestleMania, The Rock's schedule could change depending on whether he undertakes a project more important than a WrestleMania match against Roman. Despite the relative uncertainty surrounding the bout, The Rock vs. Roman Reigns is 100% the plan. As revealed below, it's the plan. It's 100% the plan for this year. But the idea is, it's the plan if he can do it. We're still months away, months and months away. So many opportunities and things like that may come up that are far more important than WrestleMania, reported Dave Meltzer. The Rock is one of the most accomplished superstars in WWE history, and he may not have to wait in line for a shot at Roman Reigns' undisputed WWE Universal Championship. During a recent chat on the MacMania podcast, Paul Heyman said Reigns would have no problems facing The Rock in a high-profile match anytime soon. Heyman was confident that Reigns would smash The Rock. He invited the 10-time world champion to get back into the ring and challenge the Tribal Chief. WWE is visibly setting the stage for Roman Reigns and The Rock's proposed match, and most fans will hope that it comes to fruition at WrestleMania 39. Would you like to see the two stars battle it out at the Showcase of the Immortals? Sound off in the comments section below.
feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me,